How do you stay married to someone for 10 years, sleep beside them every night, and know without a doubt that they're lying to your face? Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Simple. You pretend. That's what I did. I'm Rachel, 34, married to Derek. To the outside world, we were the dream couple. He's tall, charming, successful. The kind of man who remembers anniversaries, brings flowers home just because, and texts goodnight if he's out late. But for 3 years, he was also screwing someone else. Maybe more than one. And no, I didn't confront him. I didn't yell or cry or ask, "How could you?" I smiled. I kissed him goodbye each morning. I sent him "I love you" texts. I played the role perfectly, better than he ever did. Because while he was busy crafting lies, I was building a file. Every strange text. Every late meeting. Every fake conference call. I waited. Not because I didn't care, but because I wanted that moment, the one where his entire web snapped under its own weight. And I made sure it would happen in front of an audience. He had no idea what I was planning for our 10-year anniversary dinner. But what came next would change everything, and no one saw it coming. What's the first sign someone is cheating? It's not lipstick on the collar. It's not mysterious hotel receipts or unfamiliar perfume. No, it's silence. The kind that walks into the room with them. That lingers in their eyes when they speak to you like they're reading from a script. That's what Derek brought home from his business trip. Not a gift. Not a story about meetings or clients. Just silence, polished, intentional, heavy. He barely made eye contact. Said he was just tired. But I knew that wasn't it. And then his phone buzzed. Face down, of course. But I saw it. A preview. A name I'd never heard before. Lena Briefcase. He said it was a new client. She's just annoying, always texting. Sure, Derek. I didn't say anything. Not then. Because you don't confront a liar when they're prepared, you watch them when they think you're not. After that day, the patterns started to emerge. New cologne I didn't buy. Business trips with no follow-up photos. Coming home late, but too clean, too put together. And the worst part? He started laughing again. The kind of laugh I hadn't heard from him in years. But not with me. So I did what no loving wife is supposed to do. I started keeping records. Texts. Dates. Every little slip. Because something in me already knew, this wasn't just a fling. And then I saw her, Lena, getting out of his car one afternoon. She laughed, tossed her hair, and leaned in just a little too close. That's when something in me flipped. I stopped being his wife that day. But what I became next, even I didn't see coming. What would you do if you had undeniable proof that your partner was cheating? Would you scream? Pack your bags? Burn everything down? I did none of that. I played the long game. Most people confront a cheater and hope for closure. I wanted control. And to get that, I needed information. So while Derek slept next to me like nothing was wrong, I set things in motion. The next morning, I bought a burner phone. The following week, I installed tracking software. Nothing illegal, just clever. He never noticed. He was too busy juggling his little double life to notice that I had eyes on everything. Remember Lena? She wasn't alone. There was Camila, a yoga instructor he'd met at a wellness retreat. And then Maya, his coworker, who apparently thought I was the crazy ex he was trying to escape from. His lies were a full-blown production. But the worst part wasn't how many women he was seeing. It was what he said about me. She's cold. She's too focused on her job. She doesn't inspire me anymore. Imagine reading that in your husband's own words. Imagine watching him paint you as the villain in a story where you've done nothing wrong. I read every message, every emoji, every little promise he whispered to them that he never gave to me. And still, I said nothing. Why? Because I had a better idea. If he was going to perform, I'd give him a stage. But the guests I invited weren't the ones he expected. And the spotlight? That would be blinding. Have you ever planned a dinner party with your husband's mistresses? No? Just me? By then, I had full access, text logs, call history, hotel check-ins. I knew their names, faces, even their favorite inside jokes. I knew more about Derek's affairs than he did. But knowledge wasn't enough. I wanted impact. So I reached out. Not with rage. Not with threats. Just curiosity. Hi Lena, I think we may have something in common. Mind if we talk? Some ignored me. At first. One blocked me. Then unblocked. Then messaged. Wait. You're his wife. They didn't believe it, not until I showed them screenshots. Timestamps. Back-to-back messages he sent each of us within the same hour. He was recycling lines. Copy-pasting romance like a cheap marketing campaign. Camila, the yoga instructor, was devastated. Maya was furious. Lena? She laughed. Bitterly. Said, wow. I really thought I was the only one. I told them I wasn't looking for revenge. I just wanted closure. And then I gave them an idea. Would you come to dinner with me? One night. One table. Just us and him. It took 2 days. They all said yes. I planned it for our 10-year anniversary. Derek thought I reserved a private room for just the two of us. Technically, that wasn't wrong. The room was private. The dinner was exquisite. And the guests? Lena, Camila, Maya, each seated like elegant landmines. I wore the black dress he always said made me look dangerous. And when he opened that door, he finally understood why. But what he didn't know, the worst was still coming. What do you say to a man who walks into a room full of every woman he's lied to? Nothing. You let the silence do the work. Derek stepped into the private dining room, grinning like he'd just won something. He had a little gift bag in hand, probably a last-minute bottle of perfume or earrings to celebrate our anniversary. Then he saw them. 3 women. Sitting calmly at the table. Glasses of wine half full. Eyes fixed on him like a firing squad. His jaw actually dropped. I stayed seated. Happy anniversary, I said softly. You know everyone here, right? He didn't move. Didn't blink. Lena smiled. Hey, Derek. Camila gave a polite wave. Maya tilted her head. So, are we still going to that beach house next month or? He tried to speak. I saw it forming, the desperate excuses, the half-lies, the performance. But there was nothing left to say. We already knew. One by one, they spoke. Lena read one of his texts aloud. She's nothing like you. She's boring. She stopped caring. Camila pulled out a necklace. You said this was custom. Turns out Maya has the same one. He looked at me finally. Reached across the table. I moved my hand. I give you 3 years, I said. 3 years to tell me the truth. He opened his mouth again. Don't, I said. You've already said enough to everyone else. One by one, they stood up and left. No drama. Just quiet, deliberate exits. I was the last one to walk toward the door. And just before I stepped out, I turned to him and said something he'll never forget. But what I told him next, that was the part that left him speechless. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't even raise my voice. I just looked him in the eyes, the same eyes that had lied to me for years, and said, I'm not angry, Derek. I'm just done. And tonight? This was your legacy. He stared at me like he didn't recognize the person standing in front of him. Good. That version of me, the silent, accommodating, trusting wife, didn't exist anymore. She died the moment I realized he never intended to come clean. He tried to follow me out of the restaurant. Called my name once. But I kept walking. No drama. No scene. Just the sound of my heels echoing against the marble floor, and behind me nothing but stunned silence. And you know what? It felt incredible. Because I didn't need revenge. I didn't need to scream, or break things, or ask, why her? I already had my answer. I let him fall on his own sword, in front of everyone who mattered. And as I slid into my car, Lena messaged me. Just 2 words. Thank you. So if you've ever been betrayed, tell me, what would you have done? Would you have stayed quiet? Or would you have made sure they never forgot? Drop your story in the comments. I'll be reading.